gonna have to run. There's too many of them. I'll cover you. Go. Come on, this way.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're checking out 20 of the most upsetting video game scenes over the last century. Huge spoilers ahead.
Don't worry about me. Just get him out of here.
No! Uncle, please!
Before we get started, we post new videos all week long, so be sure to subscribe to MojoPlays and ring that bell to be notified about our latest videos. Sarah's death, The Last of Us.
Something this morning.
Listen to me. There is something bad going on. We have got to get out of here. Do you understand me?
The opening moments of The Last of Us have some of the best emotional storytelling of the century. The game immediately yanks out your heart with the sudden and brutal death of Joel's daughter, Sarah. Nobody could have predicted the direction of the game, as it lets us play as Sarah first as we attempt to escape the initial outbreak together with Joel and Tommy.
You gonna tell me what happened?
Later.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
Sarah's fear and confusion are just voiced a little too well. It's rough to sit through when she gets shot. We have to watch her and Joel's panic. This scene's gonna set the tone for the rest of the game, so you know you're in for a ride.
Please, please, please don't. Please.
Would You Kindly, BioShock.
Would you kindly? Powerful phrase.
The seemingly innocuous phrase, "would you kindly," becomes a rage-inducing revelation in the insane twist of BioShock's story. After following Atlas's instructions throughout the game, believing we were acting of our own volition to save his family, the truth gets revealed. "Would you kindly" is akin to a hypotonic suggestion, turning Jack into Atlas's puppet, a bit like a sleeper agent.
Would you kindly head to Ryan's office and kill the son of a...
It's a unique way to subvert our agency, making us ask ourselves about the game and our choices up until now. It's a tragic way for us to learn it, with the mad Andrew Ryan making us free him from Rapture against our will. The Joker's Last Laugh, Batman Arkham City.
More! Bravo!
Despite their violent history together, the final moments between Batman and the Joker in Arkham City carry a surprisingly heavy emotional weight. Batman's desperate attempts to save his arch-nemesis from the Titan poisoning fail, and the Joker lets out one last manic laugh before we're left with an ominous silence. It's the death of Batman's most iconic villain, and even he seems to be taken by a sort of quiet despair. You almost can't believe that he's truly gone. To rub salt in the wound, we see Batman carry out the Joker's corpse, seeming depressed or angry in some way. Revan's reveal, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
No one deserves execution, no matter what their crimes.
The original Knights of the Old Republic pulls off one of gaming's most iconic and genuinely shocking plot twists. After you spent the entire game building your character and fighting against the dark side, you get the rug pulled with the revelation that you are, in fact, the legendary Sith Lord Darth Revan. All your now allies and companions had wiped your memory in hopes of turning the tide between light and dark. Every choice and relationship you forged was with former enemies, and not because you actually wanted to. Are you angry at the Jedi for brainwashing you, and will you still support them?
Forgiveness, Revan. You are weak. I was right to betray you.
Shock and awe. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Information approaching objective in 30 seconds.
Outlaw, this is Deadly. We'll take out the big targets. Mop up any troublemakers with a Mark 9.
The shock and awe mission in Call of Duty Modern Warfare takes a horrifying turn with the sudden detonation of a nuclear bomb. You're witnessing the blast from ground zero, and it's pretty unsettling. The initial deafening explosion gives way to a devastating shockwave that rips straight into your helicopter, killing all your crewmates and crashing you. Infinity Ward always knew how to display just how raw war can get. The realization that you lost everyone combined with the aftermath of the bomb is just disturbing. We even experienced our own death in the next mission. War is brutal, and this was our reminder. Lone Wolf, Halo Reach. Halo Reach gives us a poignant, in-the-end tragic story culminating in the heartbreaking Lone Wolf mission. Knowing that the Pillar of Autumn has escaped but that his own survival is impossible, Noble Six stands alone against unbeatable odds, taking on the Covenant force on his own. You get to fight wave after wave right up until Six's last stand, where a cutscene plays. Six throws his helmet to the ground and the game shows us his last moments from its perspective. It's a hopeless endeavor with an ending that just makes you want to cry. John's Last Stand, Red Dead Redemption. After spending the entire Red Dead Redemption game seemingly earning our freedom as John Marston by hunting down his former Vanderlyn gang members, John's hard-won peace gets brutally shattered. Betrayed by the government agents who used him, John is ambushed at his ranch. Knowing he's outnumbered, he sends his wife and son to safety before facing his attackers with one last deadeye. Unfortunately, it's not enough, and John gets riddled with bullets after all that work towards going straight. It just leaves you with a bitter feeling of injustice and unfairness that John had to go out that way.
Die, don't bury me.
The Lizard, Heavy Rain.
They look new, out of place with the rest of this old beat-up stuff.
Heavy Rain regularly throws us into morally compromising and disturbing situations, but the Lizard's trial is just in the extremes. To prove his love for his kidnapped son, Ethan is tasked with cutting off one of his own fingers. If you want it to be over quick, you're out of luck, as this viscerally uncomfortable section sees us searching for a tool to do the deed with.
You have 5 minutes to cut off the last section of one of your fingers in front of the camera.
The worst tools only draw it out even further, as the game makes you watch and play through Ethan sawing his own finger off. It's an incredibly upsetting and gruesome scene. Trigger, Outlast. If you thought we were done with fingers, get ready. Outlast thrives on its atmosphere. The game just throws unrelenting terror at you over and over. There's honestly plenty of upsetting scenes in Outlast. Richard Traeger is the catalyst for one of the worst. After being captured, the player character is subjected to horrifying torture.
As a witness or whatever, you must be exhausted. Let's take a break, huh, buddy?
Traeger, who's a deranged former patient at the asylum, slowly drives our wheelchair into his operating room. He calmly goes over lots of different knives and blades, but decides on a pair of massive shears, which he immediately uses to sever 2 of Miles' fingers off, all in first person. General Death's Head, Wolfenstein: The New Order.
It's a dying tongue.
Wolfenstein: The New Order doesn't shy away from the horrors of Nazi rule, being so kind as to curse your eyes with unimaginable gore right out of the gate in Chapter 1. BJ Blazkowicz and his captured comrades, Fergus and Wyatt, are brought before the sadistic general. In a show of absolute cruelty, Death's Head forces BJ to choose which one of his friends will have their brain drilled into and sucked out, while the other gets killed.
That's it.
It's an impossible choice. It's not like you're happy to choose either of them. Speaking of which, you'll have to fight a robot powered by that surviving brain you chose later. Final lesson, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die.
After emotionally connecting with her as she mentors us throughout Metal Gear Solid 3, we're made to confront the boss. Forced by duty to eliminate his former teacher, Naked Snake engages in what can only be described as an epic boss battle. But the true weight of our actions is only realized by Snake after her defeat, when we learn the truth. The boss sacrificed everything and paid the ultimate price for her country.
It's our only hope.
It turns out, the boss was the real hero all along, and the tragic necessity of us having to kill her is what makes the ending so profoundly bittersweet. Dutch's Betrayal, Red Dead Redemption 2.
Who amongst you is with me?
With the game finally earning its name, Arthur Morgan's journey comes to an end in Red Dead Redemption 2 in the most heartbreaking way. Throughout the game, his health has been deteriorating due to tuberculosis, and Dutch's eventual betrayal of him is devastating. In the final main story mission, aptly titled Red Dead Redemption, we end up on a cliffside, duking it out in confrontation with Micah Bell.
You scum, Micah!
Arthur's last stand is crushing. Our beloved cowboy loses the fight and ends up begging Dutch for help, or at least to see the wrong in his actions, but Dutch responds with cold abandonment. Arthur passes away in the most frustrating, upsetting scene in a Red Dead Redemption game. Mission 43, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
The parasites lodge in the victim's throat, forming a mating pair.
Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain presents a morally difficult and deeply upsetting scenario in Mission 43. A parasitic infection is spreading through Mother Base, killing your recruited soldiers over time. The only way to contain it is to eliminate all infected personnel, the soldiers you've spent most of the game recruiting and developing manually.
You have to shoot, boss!
It's a lengthy and somber sequence, with scenes of the soldiers saluting Big Boss one last time, loyal to the end. It's so emotionally draining, and executing them is for many a memory they'll never forget when it comes to Metal Gear Solid 5. Naya's Death, Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons sees us going on an adventure with two brothers in an effort to save their dying father. It culminates in a really upsetting twist with the unexpected death of Naya near the end. After two brothers, Nai and Naya, have overcome numerous challenges with you controlling both simultaneously, Naya dies due to a mortal wound from the spider boss. You spend the game getting accustomed to each of their individual strengths and how they rely on each other to solve puzzles. It's woven perfectly into their narrative. Naya's death not only leaves Nai devastated, but also leaves a giant void. Before returning home, you manually bury your brother in the most uncomfortable scene ever. Gustav's Death, Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Wanna throw one more rock?
The others are waiting, but...
You might reach her.
Okay.
Gustav is a specifically upsetting case because he's a character we want to see win. We want him to succeed after playing through all of the terrible stuff that keeps happening to him. So when Renoir shows up in the middle of what you thought was a safe space, he completely unannounced and unexpectedly just murders Gustav, and you can't help but feel terrible about it. He goes out making one final stand solely to protect Maëlle after trying to get her away up until now.
Let her go.
He's supposed to be this expedition's most experienced member, and now the group has to carry on their mission without him. No Russian, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Remember, no Russian.
The No Russian mission in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 remains one of the most controversial and undeniably has one of the most upsetting scenes in gaming history. As an undercover CIA operative, we're forced to participate in a mass shooting of innocent civilians at a Russian airport. It's so graphic that the game actually allows you to skip the level or play through it without shooting any civilians. It's pretty disturbing to say the least, even if you don't participate in brutally massacring all the civilians. If there's one memorable Call of Duty scene, it's the start of No Russian, and for all the wrong reasons.
This is a message.
Eyeball and brain surgery. Dead Space 2.
Step 1. Crawl inside.
Dead Space 2 was already in a series pioneering gruesome death animations and gore, but the eyeball surgery scene is just visceral. Isaac is gonna use the Noonlight diagnostics machine to inscribe the marker blueprints directly onto his brain by having a machine poke it through his eye. This manifests as a minigame where you can't help but wince the whole time.
Cross my heart and hope to die. Stick a needle in your eye.
You see, you'll have to aim yourself and place the needle correctly. Should you fail, the following death cutscene triggers, and it's pretty nasty. The devs clearly knew what they were doing with this one. White Phosphorus, Spec Ops The Line.
Fine, set it up.
Spec Ops The Line teaches us why the glorification of war is horrible, and the white phosphorus scene is the game's most potent example. Believing they're targeting enemy insurgents, Captain Walker and his team resort to using a mortar to bomb the enemy to clear an enemy encampment ahead of them. The horrifying reality of things is only revealed after, as they stumble upon the charred and screaming bodies of innocents.
This. Stop talking.
What we're led to believe as a necessity was actually completely overkill war crimes, and this game makes sure you feel the weight of that.
We need to keep moving. What? Reinforcements will be here any second. We need to keep moving.
Lee's death. The Walking Dead.
You can take care of yourself. See?
No, not all the time.
Telltale managed to take the world by storm back in 2012 with their The Walking Dead game, which brought a fresh style and model with its episodic format. We spend the game protecting and guiding Clementine to help find her parents as Lee Everett. But things take a turn at the end of episode 4, where Lee gets bitten. As the infection takes hold, we're forced to confront the sad reality of our impending death.
No.
After barely saving Clementine one last time, Lee is dying and forced to handcuff himself due to the infection taking over. You get one last choice, this time as Clementine. Be merciful and kill Lee, preventing his zombification, or leave him to turn because you just can't stomach the loss. Abby and Joel, The Last of Us Part 2.
Hey, I'm Tommy. That's Joel. What's your name?
Abby.
The death of Joel Miller in The Last of Us Part 2 sent the gaming community into a frenzy, becoming one of the most talked about and upsetting scenes of the decade. After saving Ellie in the first game and killing Abby's father as a byproduct, Joel is brutally ambushed and murdered by Abby's group as retribution. And Naughty Dog isn't holding back. It's graphic, sudden, violent, and you're helpless to do anything about it.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed? Get this over with.
After the first game, you have a pretty hefty emotional investment in Joel and Ellie's journey, so this was divisive to say the least. It turned Abby into perhaps the most hated video game character in the last decade.
Jesse! They're down here!
Which one of these upsetting scenes got to you the most? Be sure to let us know down in the comments.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed? Get this over with.